Hello YouTube, this is B-Boy Torg 1990, and yes, it's been a very long time I have made videos because I've been busy with life, basically college. I'm in university now and relationships, all that stuff. Yeah, I have a girlfriend right now, and so I haven't posted any Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles or any of the sorts, and I officially quit Yu-Gi-Oh because the game was just getting completely stupid, and I'd rather not deal with that bullshit. So, without further ado, this and I'm now changed. Oh, speaking of, forgot to say, I am now changed to Vanguard because it's a lot easier to deal with and barely. I mean, there's probably some crap bullshit happening, but not as big as much as Yu-Gi-Oh is. So, yeah, and this is my first, and I haven't played Vanguard in like 3 years, so it's like I'm a bit rusty. But yeah, my first deck I just constructed when I got back is Tachikaze's, and this is my Tachikaze build. First up, my starter is Baby Rex. It's kind of self-explanatory. Get the grade 3 version of him out on the field when he's sacrificed, and that's better if I do that when I have a grade 2. So, which is Dino Crowd, and I'll explain it later. So that's my starter. My grade 3 lineups, the the four you need to have is 4 Tyrannoquakes. The It's simple really, like if you just wait, there's some glare. Simple really because it's like I have a Tyrannobite and the field I have a Legion with Tyrannobite. I have a Tyrannobite on the field, he attacks first. Then his skill when he's Legion, sacrifice Tyrannobite. I get 3, he'll become 30,000 with plus a crit. And even that's just him by itself, and if you get without being boosted. So that's the best thing I like this. I like this Legion over Magma Armor because of the fact he just gets bigger and he gains a crit out of it. But Magma Armor's got potential, but I wouldn't use him that much. Next up, I play 2 Spinal Drivers. The This is just the break ride. The reason I'm playing him because I know the next set Reckless Rampage is coming out, and Spinal Driver has like a cross break ride called Spinal Commando. That's gonna be like this could be a loop with that card. So it's like you might want to pick these up at when they're cheaper. So yeah, Spinal Drivers definitely play, but also what helps out is the fact that when someone rides him, whether him or Tyranno Legend, which I'll come up to after I explain him, they get 21k, they become 21,000 plus gain a crit by just sacrificing 2 of my units. And then with the Legion, he'll be at least 36 if I'm correct, if my math's correct. So yeah, that's why I didn't like him that much because I wasn't aware of his potential or like aware of like break rides, but now I tried him with this build I have, and I'm pretty consistent with it, and I gain huge, and I become huge with the break ride happens. So yeah, that's why I play 2 of him, and I'm gonna once the Reckless Rampage come out with Spinal Commando. Excuse me about that. Then I'm gonna play 2 of him, 2 Spinal Commandos. And last but not least, what I just mentioned before, Tyranno Legend. Hits If that's what this combo, these 2 together is like a devastating combo because one, he will not only if he break rides, he'll be 21,000 with a crit. Also, if he does limit break, I can sacrifice 3 of my units and he will have 2 crits, and it will be 31,000 with 2 crits. And on top of that, just do like Counterblast 2, he will become 26,000. With the limit break after that, will be 36,000 with 2 crits. So yeah, that's my grade 3 lineup. Now my grade 2s, the Legion mate 4 Tyrannobites. Yeah, it's self-explanatory. Like he just brings himself back to life if he dies. With the Legion, let's say like this one's like a U Legion. This is open. He attacks first. Okay, blocks it. Attacks Legion. Yeah, you pretty much got the explanation when I explained about Tyrannoquake. Yeah, this is my favorite grade 2 of Ancient Dragon Tachikaze's. Tyrannobite is an amazing grade 2 to have, to play. Next, for Dino Crowds, simply he's like this, gives up good setups. And like, if you have him as Vanguard, and you have Baby Rex, you can use his skill and you counterblast one, bring Baby Rex, and get a Tyranno Legend. You already got like a grade 3 as a rear guard. And for those who are very new, it's not. And like when you say like, don't you have to at least have a grade 2? Can I have a grade 3 if it's a field? No, that's only on Vanguard terms. That's if you have him as Vanguard. But this is a Baby Rex's effect here. Is he just summons it to the field with his effect due to sacrificing him. So his skill is to bring a Tyranno Legend to the field, not to be a Vanguard. So if it's on the field, it's gonna be okay because it's a superior call. And superior call works regardless of what rank, what grade. So if I'm not sure if I'm correct on that, I haven't played. I'm a little rusty with my ruling since playing for a while. And last but not least, the Magma Armor Legion made Ancient Dragon Knight Armor. I don't have Creole Fall, but I like Knight Armor simply due to the fact if I have Legion, because this deck is pretty Legion, not Legion heavy, it's like Legion and Break Ride. But with the Tyrannoquake Legion and I have him out, I can countercharge if it attacks the Vanguard. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, if it hits, then I could countercharge 1. That's what I like about Knight Armor. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, this deck's not counterblast heavy, but like it'll be good to unflip some damage, because we don't have a PG that does unflips damage like most other decks have. So he's like a starter for now until Reckless Rampage comes out. Because now Reckless Rampage, we have a Stride Enabler, Prison Bird. You can check that out for Tachikaze's. We have a new G4, Spinal Commando, etc. Now grade 1s, 4 PGs, the Paris Walls. I don't need to say much about this one. It's just I get guard on any Tachikaze unit and just cannot be hit. That's it. Then next you have 4 Ancient Dragon Iguanagorgs. That's just basically the grade 1 version of Tyrannobite. So that's simple as that. 3 of the Limit Break Enabler Ancient Dragon Tyrannoblaze. I sometimes pull this off when I am at the Limit Break, or like when I have like 3 damage and I could do a Limit Break. But like it's kind of risky to use him because it's like so you can get a Limit Break, but you don't have enough rear guards to activate Limit Break or Break Ride. So that's the thing with this guy. Like I got into that kind of situation. That's when I never activated. That's why I try to get more rear guards before I can use the skill. And last but not least, the 10k rear guard Ancient Dragon Triplasma. What's more to say? He becomes 10k when he attacks. That's it. Sorry if I'm not explaining too much because like because it's been a while. 1, 2. Not that great. I can explain some things, but then there are some that are just self-explanatory. I don't have to explain much, but anyways. Now, on to trigger lineup. I play 8 criticals because this deck is pretty aggressive, so I want put my criticals in check. So that's why I play 8 crits. I don't want to put 12 because I'm not going to get much out of it compared to 8, because at least I'm going to have some advantage of drawing, which speaking of drawing, I play 4 draws and 4 heals. Gotta have heals. Now that's my main deck. Now onto my G units. I play 1 Madu because of my Legion with Tyrannoquake and Tyrannobite. And Madu works, since it works for Vanguard if it's 10,000 or lower. If you're in Legion, it works. You can use the skill and bring up back a grade 3. That's Madu. That's why Madu is very useful on a lot of Legion decks. Then next I play 3 Arch Raiders because Arch Raiders is very useful if I want to get rid of like my opponent's like starter or like a pesky rear guard. Like for if I go against OTT, I get rid of Silent Tom, or Pale Moon, I get rid of that lion looking monster. I forgot its name. Or Shadow Paladins, get rid of Judge Bao, or also what's his face? Not Blaster Dark, Revenger Abyss. Well, it'll come back to me later on. So yeah, that's why this guy helps getting rid of like annoying rear guards and retires it. So that's why it's good to have Arch Raiders. And last but not least, obviously the big guy for Pearly Titans. It helps me a lot. Like I just get rid of 1 from my side and 1 from my opponent's. It gains the attack, and if it's higher than 20k, it gains a crit. This is just, it becomes like a giant meathead beat stick and just shoots all those cannons out like how it is, like some Gundam Ultra Swords, if I'm correct. Yeah, that's why I just look at Tachikaze look like Gundams to me. Okay, so this is my Tachikaze build. I hope you like it. Comment, rate, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll probably do more Vanguard deck profiles. So since I'm in winter break, so deuces guys.